Hello, church family. It's 2 Minute Tuesday. From now until June, the focus of my midweek videos will be a collection of my favorite Bible passages. This week's passage is Isaiah 49, verses 13 through 16. Shout for joy, you heavens. Rejoice, you earth. Burst into song, you mountains. For the Lord comforts his people and will have compassion on his afflicted ones. But Zion said, "The Lord has forsaken me. The Lord has forgotten me." Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has borne? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Years ago, I had a coworker who got a new tattoo every time he and his wife had a new baby. His body was engraved with the names of his children. That's one way to remember someone. The second half of the book of Isaiah is a letter from God to his people during the worst period of their history, the exile to Babylon. This event came about in part because Israel had turned their backs on God and had put their trust in political alliances. The very empire that Israel thought would protect them ended up enslaving them. For a time then, God gave his people a taste of life without him so that, ironically, they would eventually turn around and finally seek him with all their hearts. At the moment his people felt most abandoned, the Lord reassured them. Through Isaiah, God says these three things. I won't forget you. God uses the metaphor of a nursing mother. He says, if you are physically attached to someone who can't live without you, you aren't likely to forget they're there. God tells his people that he has attached himself to them. He knows that they can't live without him. Therefore, he is even less likely to forget them than a mother would forget her own infant. But God goes further. He says next, I can't forget you. Not just I won't forget you, but I can't forget you. Why? God says, I've engraved you on the palms of my hands. Another metaphor, right? Wrong. It's not a metaphor. It's a promise. God told Abraham that his plan of salvation would be sealed with the tearing of God's own flesh and the shedding of God's own blood. This covenant of salvation was fulfilled at the cross of Jesus Christ, where God opened his arms wide enough to embrace the whole world and opened his hands to receive the nails that engraved our names on his flesh. But then the Lord says one more thing. He says, your walls are ever before me. What does that mean? Well, it means that no matter what walls and barriers we put up, God is just on the other side waiting for us to let him in. So don't ever think that God has forgotten you or forsaken you. Don't ever think that God has given up on you. If anything stands between you and God, he didn't put it there. So let your guard down. Let him in. Let him love you, because your name is already written on his hands.